What's up, everybody? Welcome again to This Week in Gaming, episode 15 already, for the Slightly Salted Squad. As always, I'm John at Force Inept.
I'm Mike at Srej.
I'm Deion at Super Nerd Fresh.
And we've got, it's actually, I think, a surprisingly packed episode between Activision PlayStation blunders. We got a ton of Apex Legends updates. The Nintendo Direct was today. DICE Awards are tonight. Just tons of stuff. So, pretty excited. But first, to get some of the normal stuff out of the way, Discord, down below. We've already got quite a few people in there matchmaking, most recently for Apex Legends in there, discussing it. We've got YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Castbox, Patreon. I think I had them all. I'm sure something else that we're on. But
on Saturdays we have this this aircraft that goes by with this banner. We're on all the social medias.
It's true. Only cornfields though. But check us out. We'd love you to participate in the community. That's really what we're trying to grow here. And speaking of that, let me make sure I get the date right. Saturday, February 23rd, we're actually going to be doing our first meetup at the Twitch Orlando meetup. So pretty excited about that. We're going to roll out to that, play some games, drink, and hopefully meet some of you. Yeah, anything I missed before we get into the news?
Nope.
I think I got everything. Okay, well, I know. Let's go to the news.
You're like louder than
Okay. And we're back. I apparently am loud, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Hopefully that's better. And as tradition has it for This Week in Gaming, I think we might have done this for all 15 episodes. We're going to start with some more Fallout. Not too bad this week, not going to lie, not too bad. So if you've seen some of our episodes previously, there were people glitching into special dev areas and vaults in Fallout 76 and getting banned by Bethesda for breaking their game, apparently. So recently, this past weekend, there was a player that accidentally glitched into what appears to be pretty much a fully developed vault, Vault 63. It's got Vault 63 gear in it, and it's got different cosmetics from the original vault. Glitched into it, and the player, knowing some of the recent news, frantically contacted Bethesda and was like, please don't ban me. So Bethesda, for once, was nice, and I believe said they shouldn't have to worry about a ban. Sounds like they weren't abusing an exploit. Letting us know is a good thing. We definitely appreciate. So I think they're learning.
I mean, that's good, but learning would be, hey, we had this previous experience where someone glitched into an area that had all this loot. Let's not have another area that someone can glitch into again. That is what learning is.
Fair. Learning, and the fact that the player base is scared that they broke the game.
Don't ban me.
That's the problem, right? The fact that I have to be concerned that something that was out of my control might result in a ban, it doesn't speak well for your community. And so, yeah, you're right. They handled it the right way, but it never should have got to that point.
Yeah. We'll continue following Bethesda and all their Fallout 76 related drama as it unfolds. Hopefully it becomes a Destiny 2, stuff like that, but based on what we've been seeing, not too likely. The next thing, on to better topics, and this is really just a quick shout out. DICE Awards are tonight, the 21st annual DICE Awards. They are at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Jessica Chobot and Greg Miller are hosting, so that should be a pretty entertaining pair. I think they hosted the past 2 years. I think that's right. And for those of you that were wondering, just like me, DICE stands for Design, Innovate, Communicate, and Entertain. So there you go.
Beautiful.
Thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, I like
it's
that.
apparently not actual dice. So, so more of a PSA. We had kind of talked about streaming it, but honestly, we'll probably be playing Apex Legends. Which leads me into Apex Legends. Wow.
Good segue.
Good segue. Good segue. Here's a gaming award thing that we're not doing because we're too busy playing this amazing game that I think we're all addicted to. So
it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I mean, I know, Mike, for example, you have not traditionally been an FPS player, let
Correct.
alone a Battle Royale player. You played PUBG a little bit
Correct.
with us. But.
I'm absolutely loving it. I love the pacing of the game. I love the squad mentality. And we've talked about this in the past. That's what sells it for me. That it's not me versus 99 other players. It's my team versus 19 other teams. And so you guys cover all of my weak areas. And I cover the bullets.
Yes. You were a shield.
I got the bullets covered, guys. I've yet to actually make a win, but every single game is a lot of fun, and I'm learning things very quickly. The game is very intuitive. It's incredibly polished. I've experienced one glitch. One. And John was able to help us recover from that.
I remember that glitch where you fell through the earth.
I was just standing there, and then I wasn't. Yeah. Yep. There's water all the way down to the bottom. You don't splash, though. You just die. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. 10 out of 10. Would play again.
And we'll play again. Probably tonight.
Yes.
Deion, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a surprise for most people, right? But it was nice to see a remix of Battle Royale, especially for myself being totally kind of over Battle Royale. And just ready for the next phase. And now I'm utterly surprised at how different this game puts a spin on it. It does give you Overwatch vibes. It does make things feel like it's a faster pace. Like I feel like comparative to playing like PUBG and stuff like that, those games would take a really long time. And maybe it's the same amount of time for this, but it just feels like we're moving a lot faster. And I don't know, it's really surprised me, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it thus far. I do want that chicken dinner though, I can tell you that.
Ooh,
yeah, boy.
The one hit the one. It's weird. It's only been out just over a week. Like, I know we played it a little bit last Wednesday in the news. I think we played maybe just the day before. I knew I couldn't play it really the day it came out much. But, yeah, it's a great mix between Call of Duty Blackout, PUBG, and Fortnite. And I feel like it ticks all the right boxes as far as being fast, as you said. Like, it is a very fast game, and if you watch all the top streamers like Shroud and stuff, like, they are moving constantly and just engaging all the time. So it's just got that quicker feel to it, like you said. It doesn't feel like matches take an eternity. And honestly, I feel like we still have the tendency from PUBG to the later circles kind of to camp a little bit. This game doesn't seem to. It seems to punish that more than anything else from what I feel like I've seen. So, not to mention, I'm going to just put this image up there, but I love the fact that it's kind of continually updating and engaging throughout the map. So it has the different screens that come up and tells you who the kill leader is, who the best team is, and all that stuff. And it gives you that return. But I wish I did have more unlocks and stuff, because Lifeline, I still have the base skin, and it's frustrating. Not gonna lie.
I will say two things. Sorry, kind of what you're saying. Number one, yes, I absolutely love that the way they use the environment to kind of give you extra information that doesn't need to be on your HUD. You don't need to see who the kill leader is at all times, but if you're going past the zone, you get to see it. Very, very well done. According to comment towards the skins, I agree with you. I get frustrated that the majority of the skins that I've unlocked are for Caustic and for Mirage, which are two premium characters that I do not have locked. The one thing I will say that I think is a blessing for this game is that there are 500 different loot boxes. Every one of them is unique, and you never get the same item twice. And so eventually, you're just going to start unlocking stuff you don't have, and every box you unlock is one step closer to being what you want, which is huge.
Yeah, that's a great way of doing it.
Yep. I think it's fantastic. That'll obviously need to shift as not that it needs to shift. The number of boxes will grow as they add more skins and more weapons and
Honestly,
likely
no
more
Legends.
cosmetic for new Legends, right? Exactly. But super cool. I love that model.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better. I'd be more willing to spend $20 buying 20 boxes because I know that's going to be 20 more boxes close to the epic that I want or whatever.
100%. Yeah. For Overwatch, I always hate it. If I haven't bought boxes often, but when I have and I would get a duplicate, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, I just spend money and I got some coins. Cool. Whatever.
Yep.
But as we mentioned, it's just been out just over a week, and it's insane. So EA and Respawn Entertainment posted a little thank you video, just under a minute long. Won't watch it here, but definitely check it out. It's a lot of the top streamers, their reactions while they're playing it. And it goes through, it's like the 1 million mark, the 5 million mark, the 10 million mark. And then then Sam Pellis says, we're also thrilled to announce since last Monday, more than 25 million players have jumped into the game. And over the weekend, they had well over 2 million concurrent players at peak. I get it. It very well could be a flash in the pan game, but I don't think so. I think this finally could be, and I don't think necessarily competitor to Fortnite because they are different games, but this is going to be over Call of Duty. It's going to be over PUBG. And I think it will stand side by side with Fortnite, if I had to guess.
It's going to squash all those smaller ones that are trying to get into the market, I think.
Exactly.
So, interesting thought.
Great.
Right. What are your thoughts on that? With this game coming out so close to Anthem, which is a game where they're selling $80 and $100 copies, do you think that EA has shot themselves in the foot here by releasing a game that's free, that's not the same genre, but it's certainly the same target demographic?
So, yeah, Deion, what do you think?
So it's interesting because, I mean, that's a really valid point. Keep in mind from a business perspective, right? So they had a pretty strong shift in the dive of their stock after their Q4 of last year was released out. After Battlefield kind of getting shot in the foot to Call of Duty's Royale mode, right?
Yep.
And so their stock has recently seen an uptick, and that's due to this. And so, it's interesting because maybe you could say that they shot themselves in the foot a little bit, but Anthem is supposed to be this strict non-PvP game. And so you could argue that here's your PvP environment friendly game against your straight competitive PvP game. I do think though, like when Battlefield's Battle Royale is going to come out, like it's so late,
it's dead on arrival.
Maybe they were waiting for Call of Duty to die down, which it has, but like now it's like I think they definitely shot themselves in the foot for that, 100%.
Yep. Yeah, 100% agree. So shot themselves in the foot for their Battle Royale. Yes, honestly, I think Battlefield was going to limp in anyways at that. I mean, considering the timing and everything, but this was just a nail in its coffin as far as it's free to play. Everybody's enjoying it. It's not as graphically demanding as Battlefield. It doesn't have a purchase cost. I mean, Battlefield's got
and it's hella fun.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
Dead by Dawn
been addicted like this in a while.
Dead by Dawn says Battlefield still has yet to release their take on Battle Royale, and it's supposed to be out in March.
Yes,
they did this with Titanfall 2 as well.
Yeah, oddly enough, this is Titanfall. Granted, it's not Titanfall, but it's a universe of it. It's kind of come back from that as far as coming back here.
It's gotten an uplift in sales recently. A lot of people jumping into Titanfall 2 because it's the same universe. So,
Yeah,
which is good for them, right?
Their multiplayer servers are actually now like thriving compared to what they used to, which oddly enough. But yeah, EA definitely has a horrible record with flooding the market. Dead by Dawn's comment.
Well,
100%. So my thing about Anthem though is, I'm not sure how similar of a player base they will be because, for example, Pharaoh Games, if you're out there, has no interest in Apex Legends at all, which I think is blasphemy. But he is very excited for Anthem, and I'm still excited for Anthem. I'm going to play it. Do I think Apex is going to take away from my time on Anthem? 100%. But is it going to stop me from getting Anthem? Honestly, I thought about it a little bit, but nah, I'm still going to get Anthem. I mean...
Well, yeah. Think about how much time you spent playing other games since this one's come out.
0.
That's my point. And so I don't know that I'm going to be done with the hype train on Apex Legends when Anthem comes out. And so I wonder if the launch of Anthem is going to be weaker than it could have been had EA sort of waited on this.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I think there will probably be a slight impact to the actual launch of it. I think if people are going to play Anthem, they probably will still play Anthem, but they will play it a little more maybe split between this. So I was the same way with PUBG. For PUBG, I played that game nonstop at the beginning of this year. Actually, Dead by Dawn and Super Nerd can comment on that. But I played it nonstop, but would still play games interspersed with it because this is a game that, in game style, I prefer to play with people. Granted, Anthem's gonna, I think, have that same tendency as well, but I don't know. It'll be interesting.
It's just a different vibe when it's going against other actual players. You're just gonna have a mentality than like, oh yeah, let's chill, let's play Anthem. There'll be some craziness and a bunch of mobs and stuff like that, which you'll get in your Iron Man suit and destroy them all. That's not the same as like, oh shit, like player right around the corner, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I was gonna say heart rate going through the roof, etc.
You'll play Apex until you get pissed off, and then we'll hop into Anthem to cool out. That's
I'll take that. I take that. I'm already slamming my table quite a bit in Apex Legends, so I know it's a good game.
Yeah.
And on that note, so a week after launch, a week and a day technically, Twitch Rivals started. So it's a 2-day tournament. So there's this past Tuesday, so February 12th's tournament, and then February 19th has a tournament as well. So the winner yesterday for North America, they were split between Europe and North America, was Kings Canyon with 420 points. You could not have gotten a better number for the internet. Followed by second place at 419, literally 1 point off for a 4-hour like continual stream for them. There was no breaks. It was 4 hours. Apparently, Shroud was actually not too happy. He was in the Broys, so they got third place, beating Dr. Disrespect's team in fifth place. But Shroud apparently, while Twitch Rivals was focusing on him, started trash talking the format, and then they abruptly cut him off. But this was a screenshot I took last night of it, right at the end of it. So it was a nail biter, and honestly, the most engaged I've been, granted I was watching at the very end, for like an EA Sport thing I've seen. And when I took this screenshot, I also clipped, and sorry for the very small screenshot, of my Twitch, Shroud with 165,000 people watching him. Twitch Rivals, an impressive 118,000, and Ninja at a lowly 60,000.
Amateur.
And Choco Taco, respect to him, but only 8,000. Just Shroud is unreal. Unreal, this game. Definitely check it out. I thought he was good at PUBG, and I feel like he's even better at this, if that's possible.
I will say, I watched him play Apex Legends last night for the first time. I'm not generally a guy who likes to watch a whole lot of other gamers. I'm a gamer, and so I just feel like, fuck you guys, I know what I'm doing. Holy shit. He's on a whole nother level. Okay. And there are things that he does in his streaming that never even occurred to me. And so it was really impressive and humble.
Winning.
Yes, right. He was actually taking away their health points by using bullets to hit them, and then incrementally bringing them down until they fell over dead. I hadn't actually tried any of that yet, so I was thinking.
I think our strategy is to land and punch people. I think that's our
land.
That has worked for me. I've gotten a good amount of kills landing on someone and punching them.
And then we hide until second place, and then let the first place team kill us.
Yeah, and then we're just, hey, second place is pretty good. Not too bad.
Second place. All right, we did it again.
Pretty good. Decent XP. Okay. I think we have to stop talking about Apex Legends, otherwise we're going to keep talking about it and then continue to stream it after this. So check back after for more Apex Legends live stream. And actually this works out pretty well as we were just talking about Anthem. As a reminder, because of this convoluted early access scheme, Anthem comes out sometime this month, depending on how you play it. So this Friday, February 15th, you can get the full game early access if you have Origin Access Premier, $15 a month. You can play it on Friday for 10 hours of gameplay through the trial through EA Access on Xbox One or Origin Access Basic on PC. Those are both $5 a month. You can subscribe and then cancel, which I've done numerous times now to get the early access games. Or if you're like me and purchase the game like a real person, you have to wait a week and play on February 22nd.
How dare you be a grown-up, John?
I don't know. I understand why Origin's trying to push people towards that, but it discourages me because it makes me not want to actually buy games.
Yeah, why pay the full game, John?
Right.
Just pay $5 and get the game early.
It's only 10 hours, though. What if I want to play 10 hours, which I won't because Apex Legends is out, in that week?
That's the thing. I'm going to do that because this is the second game that we're probably going to get together, and the first game we did not play more than 10 hours, which was Battlefield. So I'm going to do that with this. And you will be distracted by Apex, and I'll have those 10 hours carry for like 2 months before I might buy the game.
I wish I could argue that, but I can't.
You can't. You can't, John.
I can't. But on... Hey, thanks for the sub, T-Gebs.
Thanks, T-Gebs.
Wow, gifted sub for Dead by Dawn. Appreciate that.
Wow. A lot of love going on the channel right now. I appreciate that.
Also, Dead by Dawn played his first games of Apex Legends.
Where are my emotes? They're pending, bro. They're pending.
We're working on them. They're in the mail.
I thought there is one.
There's one.
I think there's one. I think there's an emote.
I got a guy. I have to see what he's doing.
We got what?
We got a guy. We got a guy. We got a guy for that.
I got an art guy. A guy who does art.
Let's see. Continuing on Anthem. Anthem Game on Twitter released that tomorrow, this Thursday, that would be Valentine's Day, we can see Conviction, a live-action short by Neil Blomkamp, set decades before the beginning of the game, kind of opening it up. So rumors have it it's going to be like 30 or 40 minutes long. I haven't seen that actually confirmed anywhere, but this is actually by the, I guess, kind of this experimental video studio that shoots these pretty elaborate and pushing the envelope type videos type things as far as technology and display and, being super creative and artsy and shit. So it should be interesting. The last time I remember this, obviously Destiny did those live action commercials and stuff like this, but the Division 1, when that released, there were a series of little live action videos that led up and kind of built the story and everything. And I thought that was really well done. Anthem, I'm curious to see how it goes, to be honest, because I know there's a ton of lore out there for Anthem, but I know none of it, and I feel like nobody really knows much of it. Do you guys know anything about the story? I mean, we played the beta and we played the private alpha. I couldn't tell you anything besides there's Fort Tarsus and javelins.
Isn't that the one where the big purple guy snaps his fingers and then the dude in the actual javelin gets stuck in the spaceship?
Yeah, that one.
That's
that one.
Pony Strack, is that his name? Something like that. I don't. He has the weird
Pony
face mustache
Strack.
thing.
Yeah, the only thing that the only time I've seen that done well was for Halo. Some of the Halo stuff.
I never saw those.
They did. Yeah, I mean Halo. Man, I'm trying to remember. Like the one they ended up putting on Netflix. But like the Halo ones, some of them were good and some of them were like, man. But like that's the only one I was like, okay, there's a universe I know nothing about, but like the live animation stuff or the live film stuff was cool.
Yeah, I'm all for encouraging the actual lore development because games like Overwatch and stuff have this super deep, complex lore, and I really don't know anything about it until they release their like short videos and stuff, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Let's see, Dead by Dawn. Oh God, Blomkamp. And T-Geb says he loves Blomkamp films. He bought the special editions not on Steam. Wow, not on Steam? T-Gebs, you need to defriend anybody that doesn't buy things on Steam. I don't know what you're doing.
Sorry.
Ouch. And I don't have a good transition to this because this one's just awful.
Awful.
But Activision Blizzard staff cuts largely hurt support teams, IT, QA, and publishing. So really not too many of the developers from everybody's reporting. But as you probably heard, the Activision Blizzard group cut 8% of its staff, about 800 employees. They began yesterday. And apparently there's quite a bit of surprise as far as people getting laid off. So Jason Schreier tweeted, "It's a bloodbath here. This week's Activision Blizzard layoffs, which leave nearly 800 people out of jobs, were bigger than many expected. Some told me on Monday they thought they were safe, then lost their jobs on Tuesday." And then post link to more fallout of the layoffs. So, and I think a lot of people, and actually, I hate to say this, is a little poignant right now with stock releases and stuff for companies we work with going out, where they had record numbers, so Activision Blizzard did, and yet they're laying off. So record numbers, but unfortunately those numbers were below what the anticipated numbers were going to be. So it's kind of that dual message that the company's in that tough position of trying to put out. Granted, I'm not necessarily defending them. It's, hey, we want to make it sound like we did make money, even though we didn't meet expectation. So yeah, record numbers, but like we still didn't meet that expectation. So shit, we gotta knock people out.
Yeah, and you truly need to look at what your expectations are. If 8% or 800 of your workforce needs to be cut, like that means you were just not lined up to what real life expectations are. Honestly, like that deficit's just too large.
Yeah, and it was a lot of their support teams apparently around like esports and things like that. I mean, really aren't those super profitable things like games. So the development team's not necessarily cut, but all those kind of ancillary positions, which when you're making a ton of money are great and support it and help promote the company, but when you're not making money, I guess are, from their perspective, harder to justify. So
you think about what happened earlier this year with Telltale Games closing their door, and Santa Monica Studios and Blizzard Entertainment were two of those companies that sort of opened their doors to those developers that had lost their jobs. And then within a year to have to turn around, and like you said, it's not the development staff, but they still have to let people go like that. That's painful.
Yeah.
You know,
not to mention
it's hard
just the
to
morale on the company. Like,
yeah,
you might have your job still, but you know, your best friends at the position because they were in your department are now gone. So yeah, it's tough. Heart goes out to all of them. And again, because that's such a terrible story, I don't have a good transition in this one. Division 2. Try to be happier. Here, I'll make it sad. Division 2, Epic Store exclusive. A great game. The private beta was this past weekend. T-Gabs thoroughly enjoyed it. Will not be purchasing it because it's on Epic Games Store, not Steam. You can buy it on Ubisoft, but the principle of the matter, it's not on Steam. And Gaben is his
you play
only friend.
A neutral zone?
Nope. Still apparently bad. I'm going to get on Uplay. I'm not going to get on Epic. Fuck that. But, reminder, Division 2 releases March 15th. There is footage on Twitch. You can click the link below. We streamed the private beta this past weekend, so we did some of the early content. Got, I think it's like level 5 or 6 or so. And then, once you get to that point, complete a certain mission, it unlocks 3 of the... not sure what they're calling them, class types, I guess, if you will. Yeah. At level 30 with all this awesome gear. And got to play a endgame mission as well. So streamed that, and that was pretty cool. It was tough. Honestly, actually, the 3 classes are kind of shown there. So there was more of a crossbow support class. There was a heavy weapon grenadier shotgun kind of class. And then DPS like sniper class. So, let's see, Super Nerd, Deion was playing the support, I was playing the heavy, and Mike, you were playing the sniper class. What were your thoughts on the game overall? Especially, I mean, Mike, I know you didn't play much of the Division 1.
Right, so what little I did play Division 1 is recorded and on the internet, so all 4 hours of it. It feels pretty good. It does feel very, very familiar to Division 1 in gameplay and even in visuals. Like, there wasn't a significant graphical upgrade. I know you and I had this conversation on why wasn't this an expansion pack versus a sequel. It doesn't feel, from what little I played of Division 1, it did not feel like a new game. Some argued the same thing about Destiny versus Destiny 2. We're just,
yeah,
I don't know. It was very fun to play. I really enjoyed playing with you guys. I'm looking forward to going through the whole story and trying some of the end game stuff and getting in to be able to grow with the community rather than trying to jump in at the very end there. It was fun.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I mean, really, it does feel like an expansion, but I'm fine if Destiny's like that. And I don't know if that's just, PC being so prevalent to MMOs and having the expansion feel. And I don't know, when you're trying to think about all platforms of consoles and PC, that like some of that gets just lost and just making it sequential in different sequels. But either way, I mean, I thought the game played really well. I thought they improved on the things that they needed to improve on. It felt a lot, even though it felt like similar graphics, maybe a little bit enhanced, it just felt smoother. Like my frame rate was a lot better, even from launching Division 1 to Division 2 with the same specs. And I did like the end game, like high level play. Like it felt difficult. It felt like there was a real challenge there. I liked playing the support class and like the updates of me pinging different things to different players who needed medical, needed heals and stuff like that. Yeah, doing the drone and the seeker mine and all that stuff. So I mean, the play was really well. So I mean, I definitely enjoyed it, and I do think that PvP should be interesting in that too. So I mean, it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a solid game for me to play, but I'm not like going crazy about it.
It has similar reaction to it. Honestly, the heavy weapons class, not one I tend to play in games, but played it during the private beta, I wasn't super thrilled with, but the end game content did feel challenging. It was different than the initial content. Apparently, when you get to level 30, there's a brand new faction that kind of comes out and kind of offers that step up and challenge at the end of it. And plus the Dark Zones and stuff, PvP was always fun in Division 1. Didn't play then the beta for Division 2. There is an open beta starting March 1st for Division 2, so if you guys haven't played it yet, you can jump in then, check it out. I'm excited for it. I'm not like Apex Legends now excited for it, and Anthem and Division 2 are kind of going back and forth as far as which one I'm more excited for. I'm going to play both. I don't know which one's going to win out, though. Really, I think that endgame is going to seal for me. Right now, I think Division 2 seems like it has a lot more content in it, at least from what I've seen. But then there's BioWare with their story and everything, so I'm still holding out hope that there's going to be a lot there. But we'll see on that one.
Are you actually going to show the audience the Apex Legend tattoo you got? Or are you going to keep that to yourself?
Don't worry about it. It's a Jamaican healer. I'm going to get Lucio intertwined with Lifeline. Because for those of you on the stream, I found out I only like playing Jamaican healers.
Jamaican healers.
Don't know why. It's my thing now, apparently. It's my thing.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, Joe.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Speaking of weird, man, good transitions. Epic Game Store, as we reported last week, and is currently, let me scroll down here, until February 21st. Axiom Verge is the free game. They had a little bit of a mix-up, though, because when they were putting it into the Epic Game Store, the developer went through all the source files, found all the files that said Steam on them, and deleted them. Because obviously it's not on Steam anymore, it's on Epic Game Store. Why would you keep anything with Steam? Apparently, when you get to like level 2 or 3 or something like that, there's a bunch of Steam vents. The game would then crash and not work at all. So they patched that, so if you download it initially and haven't played it yet, you will need to download an update for it. But yeah, so the developer apologized on that. Thought he was doing something, helpful by just kind of cleaning the folders out and everything, making nothing confusing, and ended up breaking the game. Impressive it didn't, just crash immediately on startup, but Apparently those assets for that level would cause the game to break.
I love that because I can just imagine just like, fuck Steam. Just take everything that says Steam and just like go through. It's just like, yeah, your Steam vents are done.
Yeah, I'm gonna rename everything Steam to Epic. Yeah, I'll teach them.
Don't ever control A delete anything when it comes to development.
Yeah, so let's put that one there because I found it funny. It's one of those. Oops, not too bad of a fuck up. The next one. I hate to say I don't have much interest in, but last Thursday, story trailer for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice released. Have you guys watched this one yet?
I did.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take it because I know this is all you.
Well, it's interesting because, like, I love samurai era, feudal Japan era type stuff, and like really Ghost of Tsushima is like what I'm really looking forward to because it's like realistic and stuff like that. So at first, you know, I haven't played that many From Software games. Like I haven't played Dark Souls or anything like that. But like looking at the trailer, which was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, I think this one might be my first Dark Souls-ish type game that I'm definitely gonna give a shot and play. So I don't know. It sparked my interest, and I'm looking forward to it now. You know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I played a couple of those games, and I just would rage quit and stop. So not my style of game. I appreciate anybody that can put in dedication and beat those games, let alone people doing it without getting hit and all that stuff. It's just unbelievable to me. Not something I'm gonna pick up. But the trailer looks amazing. Like, well done. And I hate to say this, but the up next on the YouTube channel reminded me of news that we did not report on for Apex Legends. So I'm gonna go over to. Actually, maybe we'll just talk about it. So, Apex Legends revealed that some of the legends are actually LGBTQ. And let me see if I can get an image here. I don't want to get too much of an image. So there are, I'll be a little careful here. Let's see here. What website is this? What do we got?
Pornhub.com.
Oh, weird. That's weird. It's favorited. Comicbook.com talks about this. So the website released Gibraltar and Bloodhound are LGBTQ characters. So Gibraltar and the back history talks about having, I'm sorry if it's a boyfriend or husband. I am forgetting on that right now. And then Bloodhound is being a non-binary entity or character. Let's see. Second character was revealed to be non-binary. So there you go.
Not male or female.
Yep. There you go. And yeah, there were some really, really naturally terrible tweets that came out as far as people tweeting that change it back because I don't want to play this type of character, etc., etc., etc. And
who the hell?
I know.
I promise you, the video game characters do not have dicks or vaginas. None of the characters are male or female.
Far, but,
they don't. The character models do not have wieners. I don't understand why people are so upset that the backstory also says nope, they don't choose to have a wiener. Like, why is that upsetting to anybody?
Rule 30. Shit. Rule 34? Yeah.
34.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, they have.
But anyways.
Mouths. I'm just saying, they don't have wieners.
That was the news I forgot to add, and there you go. So
if you're literally that upset about the sex or gender of a particular character, please just read a book.
Stop playing games. Stop being toxic.
There's so many more important things. Get involved in like your local government. Don't take that passion to point at video games.
No, actually don't. Please don't get involved in your local government if you have those opinions.
I just mean like find another outlet for your freaking energy.
One by yourself, and you don't have to talk to anybody or spread.
Hide in your cave as well.
Yes, please hide and be a miser. But yeah, so found it interesting. Obviously, Overwatch had the release of Agent 76, talking about it, and now Apex Legends. Yeah. Thank you story trailer for Shadows Die Twice because I just thought that for some reason. Next, not too much of an update. The game I'm super excited for that we have no release date yet, Outer Worlds. It's apparently roughly comparable to Knights of the Old Republic 2 in size. I couldn't think about how long that is and had to Google it. Got this website, between 15 and 40 hours. So Game Informer figured that out based on their comment. Tim and Leonard, co-directors of the Outer Worlds at Obsidian Entertainment, agreed with that statement. So
I just like that they referenced Knights of the Republic. Like, I just like that they did that.
like,
That I was like,
it's probably like that. What?
That was actually going to be my. Outer Worlds is the one that's similar to Fallout, right?
Yes, by the original Fallout guys that went out.
Why would they use?
Because it's an amazing game.
that would technically be a BioWare game, I think.
Yeah.
Right, that's such a weird that's a weird unit of measurement. This is 1.5 KOTOR.
Actually, can we double check that? KOTOR 2, was that still BioWare? Because I know they had that weird.
I mean, KOTOR 1 was, so I just assumed that the second one was.
No, the second one was Obsidian Entertainment.
Really?
Yeah. So it was
Okay,
Lucas.
so that makes more sense
but
then.
it's still weird.
It's still
more
weird.
sense.
It's just a weird thing to yeah.
That actually does make
beating
more
Sonic
sense.
the Hedgehog 2 6 times.
It does make more sense though, because like KOTOR 2 is like not as good as KOTOR 1, and so like if someone was a fanboy, they would just reference like the first one and
Fair.
not the second one. But okay.
So as
Good
of
to
this
know.
point, I was
15
kind
to
of
40
hoping
hours?
it'd be bigger, like a big Fallout 3 type thing, but
Wait, so 40 hours is not enough for you?
not for a game like this. I mean,
I disagree. Like
Really?
that's why I don't beat Fallout games, is because there's 60 plus hours and we never like go through and beat it.
I
like
beat
15
Fallout
to 40.
4. I want to throw that out there. It's one of the few games I beat.
How long did it take you?
Don't worry about it. Probably a long ass time. because
6 years.
The way I play.
I think my point is like I've actually beaten Knights of the Old Republic games because it's like
That's fair.
it's like it's less than like Witcher and stuff like that, but it also has full stories where 40 hours is a good amount of content, right?
It's a lot of games.
So my kind of problem is, I don't know. I'm curious to see, because they're talking about their starting area being between 45 minutes or 3 to 4 hours. So it'll be interesting to see actually how dynamic and open the game is. It's clearly kind of open world, but how open world. So I'm just excited to hear more information on this game. I think it's one of the few I'm pretty excited for, but know nothing about this year. So let's see. Nintendo news. Nintendo Direct just finished a couple hours ago. Aw, snap. Gotta reload that. Over at Games Radar, I watched not quite the whole Direct, most of the Direct. Games Radar has a nice kind of breakout post by post as far as what got released. Pretty much starting it right off the bat, Super Mario Maker 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So pretty excited for that. So everybody was kind of thinking there would be a Super Mario Maker kind of remake. People weren't sure how they'd do it because the 3DS, 2DS are designed for that dual screen. Turns out they're just doing a whole new one. And it comes out in June, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It looked okay. RPG, team RPG, and you can play online or you can play locally with multiple switches. Box Boy and Box Girl, so it's a puzzle-solving game. Apparently, it's been out for other consoles. I'd never heard of it, but looked creative and simple. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 3, version 3.0, is coming in spring. Didn't say anything about it. We just have to find out. That's kind of annoying. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is getting free content as well as a paid DLC. Set to launch before March 14th. Paid DLC you can actually, the update you can get 2-player co-op, and then you can download, I think, one of the levels today. So that's kind of cool. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, no idea. Dragon Quest Builders 2, Tales of Nerdia, I'm going to defer to you on that one. Some Dragon Quest shit. Dragon Quest 11, Echoes of an Elusive Age S Definitive Edition is coming to the Switch in fall. Disney Tsum Tsum Festival, Adorable mini party game with the Sims. If you guys aren't familiar, stay away. Starlink Battle for Atlas. Update for Starlink, so more content there in April. Rune Factory 4 special. No idea. Never heard of Rune Factory. Rune Factory 5 was confirmed. That seemed like they were making that a big deal. Had no idea what it was. Oninaki. Missed that one. No idea. Yoshi's Crafted World comes out March 29th, but you can try a demo today of it. So you can go on the Switch, download a demo of Yoshi's Crafted World. It's the first few levels, they said, so you can kind of try it out. Fire Emblem Three Houses. People are pretty excited about that. Tetris 99 is a battle royale version of Tetris. So you play against 99 other people and see who can last the longest. Thought that was pretty great.
That is a battle royale that I will dominate in.
And it's free. And you can download it right now. I just downloaded it before the stream. I haven't played it yet.
I need to go grab my Switch.
There you go. Dead by Daylight, previously on other consoles. That's coming in the fall for Switch. Horror guy, if you're out there, I'm sure you'll like that. You play that game on the go. Deltarune is a follow-up to Undertale. Chapter 1 is available for free. Yeah, Chapter 1's free on February 28th, and then the other chapters you will have to pay for. They did a spoiler-free trailer for it, and it was just pretty much a dog spamming the screen like over and over, all over the place. It's kind of weird, but cute. The Daemon X Machina demo is out. I actually just downloaded that. Haven't played it yet. With prototype missions, they're hoping summer 19, but they also talked about the people playing the prototype missions. You may have a chance to be reached out to for a survey to get feedback on it, so that didn't seem super optimistic to me that they were trying to do that. Great Autosport, realistic racing sim, except it wasn't good graphics, so I feel like no one's going to honestly buy that.
It's one of my favorite arcade-style racing games. Grid.
Oh, really? I honestly had never heard of it, or at least didn't recognize it. But I'm just used to racing.
I don't know how well it's
being,
going to port over, but
yeah, I'm used to those like pushing graphic limits, and on the Switch, like there's not much to push.
It's a Switch.
It's a Switch. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Mental health issues, I guess, in spring.
Have you played it?
I have not. It just says a heartfelt, fantastical story that thoughtfully explores mental health issues. If it's anything like Celeste,
experience.
That's awesome. Oh, you have played it?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, really?
It's very different than Celeste. You should absolutely try it. Wear headphones and try not to get creeped out. Very, very cool. I really enjoyed the way that they did that game.
Yeah, I watched a streamer play it, and yeah, that's intense.
Okay.
Yeah,
I give it a 9
intense.
out of 10. It's a really good game.
Gotcha. Okay. I will have to check it out. And then a bunch of releases for dates. Mortal Kombat 11 is April 23rd. Unravel 2 is March 22nd. Assassin's Creed 3 Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is confirmed, so May 21st. That includes Assassin's Creed Liberation Remastered. Final Fantasy 7, hell yeah, gonna buy that game for the 10th time. March 26th. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon Everybody, March 20th. And Final Fantasy 9 released today for, I believe it was $20, right around there. So I might actually pick that up. I haven't played that in ages, and having that on the go would be pretty awesome. And Astral Chain, didn't check that one out. Sorry. Sci-fi, anime style.
I thought you were ramping up for something. And
nope,
just like,
I got
nothing.
They have this nice big paragraph, and I got nothing on it. But Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is probably going to be the biggest one. So I won't do the audio on here. But it's pretty cool as far as the intro they do and kind of building it up, and it's got a really cool art style. But you can actually switch between 2D versions of it and the 3D version, the remastered new music or the old retro music. The map, you can have 2D or not. You can actually traverse the map. Actually, let me just skip ahead and try to find them.
So what are your thoughts on that? Because this is not the only game that's doing that. Warcraft 3. We talked about this a couple months ago about how they're giving you the old original graphics if you want, or you can play with the new graphics. What do you guys take on that?
I think it's cool. I mean, I've seen other games do that too. A lot of the Halo remastered games, they did the same thing where you could actually push like the back button and see literally the same scene and just in the older version versus the new version, and that was really cool because like you could just hit the button and just like, oh shit, yeah, this looks like crap. Oh my god, it looks amazing. Like, it's really cool doing that. So it works for that. So I mean, all for it. I know what you think, John.
That's pretty cool. I don't know. I just don't see myself doing it often. Shoot, I thought it was in this trailer. Maybe it's not. But I think it's cool. It's creative. It's going for that, nostalgia hit and stuff like that. Do I think I'd do it? Probably not. But I mean, I think it's cool they're including it and just giving you that option. Anytime you can give a player an option, I mean, the better.
Yep.
Oh, and speaking of options.
Wow.
Yeah, you see that? Sony says it's open for business on crossplay. Developers disagree. So obviously crossplay has been this kind of thorn in PlayStation's side for a long time. All these developers like Rocket League have just said, yeah, we're ready and waiting, we can do it. And Sony said it's not just flipping a switch. Developers have said on their side it is flipping a switch. And I think there's some defense to PlayStation. It's okay, crossplay, that's one thing. Are you also talking about cross progression and cross saves and all this other stuff that really I think kind of gets looped into crossplay when it's not necessarily crossplay? I think that definitely complicates things. Unfortunately, Sean Layden, so the chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment, said, I'm going to read actually a fair amount here. People keep saying, why doesn't Sony allow more people to have it? All it takes is for publishers and developers who wish to permission it. As ever, just work with your PlayStation account manager, and they will walk you through the steps that we've learned through our partnership with Epic on how this works. I don't believe right now there's any gating factor on that. I think they're open to make proposals because the Fortnite thing worked pretty well. So, and I feel like overall he's been pretty good with PR, but then he says this, and then naturally developers come out, notably the CEO of Chucklefish, who quote unquote says we made many requests for crossplay.
Stardew Valley, right?
For Advance Wars and Wargroove. So they also did. Oh man,
I thought they did.
They might have done
They do Stardew Valley. They do Starbound.
That was the one that I'm most familiar with for them. But yeah, Wargroove. Apparently, this big cross-platform push on that one, so it's all the other ones but PlayStation right now. So he says we made many requests for crossplay both through our account manager and directly with higher ups, all the way up until release month. We were told in no uncertain terms that it was not going to happen. So now a bunch of other developers are coming out and saying Sony is playing favorites and things like that. So, yeah. Good guy Sony for, I think at least he was trying to be good. And then clearly there was miscommunication somewhere in the ranks as far as what's actually happening. And working on the operations perspective and with some account management, I could definitely see the possibility that maybe it's just their account manager or certain account managers don't have the full information or something like that or haven't been updated, who knows. But yeah, pretty frustrating for a big PR move like that and to pretty much blame it on developers that's why it's not happening, and then I should say developers and publishers, and then turns out, oh wait, just kidding, it is actually Sony. So
right.
That sucks. More Sony news though, for I think better news, although I still never know what to think about this game, for Death Stranding. So Jordan Vogt Roberts, I probably butchered that name. He is the upcoming director of the Metal Gear Solid movie. Also, real quick, thanks for the sub, These Bateaus, who says Poop Dollar.
Poop Dollar!
Appreciate that. So Jordan, this not new director, but director of the new Metal Gear movie upcoming, got to play with Hideo Kojima Death Stranding. On Instagram, he says, the world is next level immaculate. It's like freebasing pure Kojima Shinkawa. Remember when Fury Road blew you away, but also made you, in the best, most thankful way, ask WTF? How does this miracle exist? In all caps, you are not ready.
Fellas, I don't think I'm ready.
I mean, that tweet is just as confusing as Death Stranding has been in every trailer that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, it looks amazing. I don't know what's going on. And
Amazon Prime 2045. Delivering babies. Next day delivery. I think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, honestly, based on this guy's look, based on his Instagram post, and it being a Metal Gear movie, this movie's going to be fucking weird too. So,
Yep.
see how that goes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for this game, but also at the same
are you
time,
both picking it up? I don't think I am, but I'm probably just
Oh,
going
really?
to watch one of you. Like, yeah, horror games aren't really my thing, but like I will
Yeah.
surely watch like either one of you guys if you plan on streaming it. Like,
Yeah, I've loved the Metal Gear games even through their twisted, convoluted stories I don't actually understand. So I'm going to pick it up, and from what Hideo had said, or I should say Kojima had said, apparently it's not multiplayer, but there's social aspects to it somehow.
I'm like
revolutionary.
terrified at what that even means. Like that
It's
means
probably-
like
it just-
I could play as like the baby, and you're like walking
yeah.
around. Like I'm just scared to know what that.
It's probably going to just take screenshots of your face and put it on. It's probably going to capture all your Facebook posts, Instagram posts, whatever. Figure out what your face looks like. Figure out what you're going to look like as a baby, what you're going to look like as an old dead person, and do that. And you're going to be living your life. Apparently Norman Reedus got to play it as, or actually maybe he hadn't played it, but he was talking to Kojima, obviously going through a lot. Norman Reedus has talked about how much it's learned about video games through this, which I'm sure that's an interesting perspective from Kojima. But Kojima said, you're not going to play Norman Reedus. You are Norman Reedus. You are going to feel his feelings. You're going to cry like Norman Reedus, like all like this weird shit. And it's like, oh god, I don't know what to think about this game. We don't have hardly any details, and already I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know that I'm looking forward to being weirded the fuck out, so I don't know.
Let's see. Ooh, Valentine's news. So after you watch Conviction for Destiny 2, you can hop on, ignore your loved ones, and watch the start of the Overwatch League 2019. Stage 1, Week 1 starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Philadelphia Fusion versus London Spitfire. Friday, February 15th, you can watch Florida Mayhem lose against the brand new team Atlanta Reign at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. There are watch events throughout Florida, mostly near Orlando and Miami from what I'm seeing. So check it out. I'm interested to watch. I got the Twitch Pass for $15. Hey, Steve, thanks for the cheer.
Got that 45. Thanks, bro.
Over that one.
Got him.
Got him.
Me. Damn it. Appreciate it, though, Steve. Always appreciated. But yeah, Overwatch League. So if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime, which besides getting you a free sub, which we appreciate, / anybody in the community will appreciate, you can also get the Overwatch League All Access Pass, which gets you, I think it's like 200 Overwatch League credits in Overwatch, which you can get specific Overwatch League gear in there. You get 20% off their merchandise shop. You get to watch all the games. It's like a pretty cool hub, an interactive hub, so you can switch between cameras and see different views and everything like that. And I feel like there's something else you get, but I'm blanking on that right now. But that's $15, so not too bad, especially if you've ever bought NFL Red Zone or NFL Season Pass, because holy shit. So yeah, I'm excited. I've never really followed it before, just kind of casual news and stuff like that. But I'm more excited to follow it more thoroughly this year. Let's see, and I think that's going to end it for the news, besides some deals of the week we'll switch over to. So, as a reminder, Axiom Verge which is now patched, as a reminder, is free February 7th, so until February 21st, so you got another week on that. After that, I know we're a little early, but Thimbleweed Park is available February 21st through March 7th on the Epic Games Store. Again, free. Add it to your library. Don't even need to install it. Just make sure you click that button to add it to your library. As I mentioned, Daemon X Machina and Yoshi's Crafted World are free for demos on the Switch, so you can download those, check those out, provide any feedback, especially for the Daemon X Machina. And then, as I mentioned again earlier, Tetris 99, the Battle Royale Tetris game, is free and available on Nintendo eShop as well.
Free 99.
Free 99, my favorite price. Oh, also free 99, Apex Legends. You should play it. It's real good. And I think, actually, that's a great transition. What have we been playing this week? Apex motherfucking Legends is my answer. Also, a little bit of the private beta for Destiny 2. But honestly, I played more Apex Legends during the
Division
beta
2.
Significantly more.
than Division 2. You guys?
Okay, I'll just let me jump in because I'm gonna copy paste exactly what he just said. Honestly, I'm like, let me go home and play something. You guys playing Apex tonight? So
Y'all
like,
doing the Apex?
Yep.
That's all I've been playing. Division 2 was fun, and that's honestly it. Yeah, I know. Pharaoh, he always says Destiny 2 when he means to say Division 2. He
Wait,
just can't
did I
escape
say
it.
Destiny 2?
Yes, you did.
I
No,
did?
Yeah, you did. Yep.
I don't believe that. Yeah, I probably did, though.
Clip
It's
bro.
on video. Yep. Clip that shit.
Deleted. It's the internet. It can't be that hard to
Like
get rid
3
of.
times on this stream.
Dude, I don't know why. Destiny 2, just... I hope it's not Destiny 2. Ugh. I really hope it's not Destiny
Anyway,
2.
Mike, you go ahead, bro.
I've not been playing Apex Legends. That's
Definitely
fucking lie.
not. Definitely not.
Yeah, I've been playing Apex Legends a lot. Not quite as much as you guys, but pretty close. I've also been playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3, so
How far are you in that?
without actually knowing the story and knowing sort of where we're at, I would guess about 70%. As far as I can tell, I'm on the last world. At least it's the last world that I've seen advertised. So I've got to be getting close. Though the story itself seems absolutely nowhere near being resolved, so maybe not. I'm about 20, 25 hours in. So.
I'm interested. I have not played at all this week because of a certain game. But Tim Geddes was talking about how he finished Kingdom Hearts already, and he said he thought the last 5 hours were really good and enjoyable, and he kind of wished the rest of the game was like that. So now I'm very curious just to see, maybe next week we'll see what you think about the end of the game.
Yeah, so far each of the worlds has been kind of rinse and repeat. There haven't been any Final Fantasy characters, except for the reference of like Auron and a couple of others, and then there's the Moogles and things like that. And then Muggles are something different.
Random Muggles allowing me to save.
Technically, they're all Muggle. There are less worlds than a lot of the other ones, but the worlds are bigger.
Gotcha.
So, like I just finished the Pirates of the Caribbean world. I probably spent like 4 hours just driving my ship around and like attacking people because it's very Assassin's Creed 4. You're like you build your ship and you go out and you battle other ships and stuff, which is pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, so each world is a lot of fun and each world's very different. And most of them are new worlds. I think actually all of them are new worlds. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess on that note, we should probably go play some Apex Legends. Just throw that out there. Are you guys good to play a couple games?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Cool.
About 10 minutes and I'll be right on.
Yeah, so chat, we will be back in, probably 5-10 minutes, and we will be playing some Apex Legends. So until then, stay salted.
Bye.
Bye.